Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Success Team Training. Kevin and I are on here with you tonight. We're so happy to be with you. We missed last week, and we're real happy to be back on here again with you guys. As far as announcements, I wanted to tell you guys before I forget, Iggy Barron, which is Victoria's husband, is in the hospital in Texas. He has pneumonia. And he has pleurisy, which is water around his lungs. They took a quart of water out of his chest today. So it's extremely painful, and that made him feel a lot better. He's actually able to get up and get a shower. He's been in the hospital for a week. They expect him to be in there. We're so happy to be with you. We missed last week, and we're real happy to be back on here again with you guys. As far as
That's just a test to make sure it's coming through.
Yeah, we're just emphasizing things. So anyways, he's been in the hospital down there for about a week, and he's expected to be in there for another week. So send him your good juju, prayers, flowers, whatever, and hopefully he'll be out of there in another week or so. It's kind of a serious kind of infection that he's got going. So, and also the women's retreat is in July 17th and 18th in California. For anybody that can make it to that, that'll be super fun. And convention in Ontario, California, is in 5 weeks. Excuse me. And so make sure you get yourself to convention if at all possible. It's going to make a big, big difference in your business. And just being there with all the uplifting people will be, it is just spectacular. You just can't replace it, with just calls or trainings like this or whatever. To be with a group of people like that and firsthand, all the excitement and the interaction, it's just irreplaceable. So make sure you make it down there if at all possible, and bring everybody with you that you can. It's that important. And Tom and Denise are going back to Australia on the 15th, and they'll be there for a month. So if you have people in Australia, hook them up. These guys will, no doubt, get them signed on for you. And it's just super awesome. Right now, Fred Van Loo is already in Australia, and people are just constantly rotating through there. That's one of the hotbeds right now. So if you know anybody down there, get them on the list, find out what the route is, and let them know, that those guys will hook them up for you. So that's the big things I know of. You got any other announcements, Kev?
On the leadership call this morning, they said that the new website was going to be past beta test and is going live this next week.
Yep.
Come what may, they're gonna pull the trigger on it. So that's going to be super awesome to have that in full function, so that everybody gets the advantage of all that new stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool beans, and people have been really looking forward to that, so that'll be cool. I forgot to say too, as far as convention, we already have a record number of people pre-registered for convention. It's the biggest convention that Youngevity's ever had already, and so get down there if you can.
Yeah, just the pre-registration is greater than any of the numbers that we've had at the convention yet. So.
It's a good thing that they picked a convention center this time instead of just a hotel, because we're growing so fast. They thought they needed more room, and sure enough, so that worked out good.
Oh yeah. Yep, and the calls that have been going on, both the Hair on Fire and the Daily Dose. There was a while here a while back that they got kind of monotonous or mundane. They had some pretty good messages, but were not packed with brand new information. Now you probably don't want to miss any, because they have top level leaders on there from all over who are hitting it out of the park, and you just never know who's going to be on a when. And my wife was actually teaching this morning, and she missed Abelia Ariaza this morning.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah, that was good.
And I mean, that's just one in a lineup of, it is just back to back. Right now there's so much momentum and so much going on. It's pretty unbelievable. So we're going to start actually taking our training back. So for the last 3 or 4 months, we've been kind of regrouping some things, kind of, massaging some direction and what we have going on. And pretty soon we're going to actually start doing some training that is actually a formatted training, well prepared in advance. We're not going to wing it like we've been doing with mostly just messages and connections and updates of what's going on, because there's so much going on, so many advancements. And we need to go back to the very basics. So one of the things that Dr. Arias was talking about this morning, which kind of rang with me, he was talking about there's a priority system in what we engage in and what we need to engage in as we are launching our life path. So a lot of people talk about we're going to launch our businesses, we're going to grow our downlines, we're going to have more income streams, we're going to diversify some of our leadership so that we have more leaders in more places. But that's only one facet of it. And so when he was talking this morning, he was talking about, our faith and our philosophy is our very first priority. Because if you don't have the right philosophy, if you don't have the right process, the right mindset, and you don't have a belief that there is a higher purpose or there's things that you can achieve on your life path that you haven't achieved yet, well, then you don't have the faith to actually go out and create. And whatever that may be for you, that's one of the first things we work on is what that big picture is. Because if you don't have an idea of why you're doing this, if you don't have a burning desire saying, look, I want to be able to do something that I haven't been able to do before, or I want to achieve certain goals, or I want to have a certain lifestyle, there's things that I want to change. I want the end of my 2015 to be different than the beginning of my 2015. If you don't have that mapped out, then it's super difficult to make any changes and to actually make a whole lot of growth in your business. So you have to have that fundamental philosophy, belief, and faith that you, first off, you're in the right place. You've found the key elements, and you can actually take this to where you want to go. This is a path that gets there. The second one is your family and your purpose. That goes into why we're doing this. What is the big picture? If you're just saying, look, I just want more money, that's not going to give you that dynamic energy that you really need to really be able to ride the wave that's coming right now. And the third thing is business systems. So a lot of times we go right straight to the business systems. We say, look, we want to be able to do certain things in our business and in our processes, but we overlook the first few steps, which is why and how that's going to play in the big picture, our philosophy, so we get ourselves lined up right. But I didn't just say business. I didn't say, okay, we're just going to go in and we're going to start a business, we're going to start a distributorship, and we're going to start, moving product, and we're going to start signing up people. The beauty of longevity and the beauty of where we're at right now comes down to systems. You need to have a system on how you get your information, which longevity is starting to really fine-tune that and really hone it. You need a system on how to contact, what that process is, how to deliver a message, what that is. All these are systems that we plug in. It's all parts and pieces of the big whole, the big picture of what we need to learn. Not difficult, but there's certain elements we have to learn, and they all go back to the system, which longevity calls staying in the lane. And so we have some of the most dynamic and key and influential leaders in networking right now that's ever been, because of the philosophies, because of the opportunities, because of the dynamics of what's actually taking place in the network marketing industry. This is a legit deal. If you have not seen the new Worry video, the Rise video, Rise of the Entrepreneur,
Yeah, I'm
you're
dying to
missing.
get that one.
I know, you are missing out. I'm telling you, he's talking about that very element, that exactly what it is and what that means. Because so many people for so many years have had the notion that this is not a legit process. And it came from some people who did not have the right principles and the right philosophies and the right practices and the right integrity, and it you know, kind of got some things sideways. But that doesn't mean that the core fundamental elements of what we're doing aren't solid as a rock. And in this economy, in this time, this, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. So one of the things we talk about is the economy's up, the economy's down. The economy's up, the economy's down. We don't have that good of an economy over here. The economy over there is a little stronger, you know, and it's coming and going. The reality is what we need to do, each individually and as a group, is to find our own economy, to actually make our own economy. Because if your economy is down right now and you're saying, man, I'm struggling because it's hard to find all the pieces to get my life in order, I got news for you. There's somebody else out there that's just hitting their stride, and they're starting to go, man, this has never been a better opportunity. Look at what's going on. And so some of that is just mindset of getting with the right people, getting in the right place, understanding what you're looking for, which comes back to the find your faith, your philosophy, right? And then get it squared away with your family, your purpose, you know, what the big picture is, and then go back to the basics of the business systems. Because once you start implementing the business systems, the systems don't fail. Every single system has an element that's going to succeed and an element that's not going to succeed. Just because that portion doesn't succeed doesn't mean that it's a failure. So, for instance, the billionaire Richard Branson, who owns Virgin, 50% of his businesses don't make any money. They're actually lost money. They're in the hole. That's how businesses work. Some of them go, some of them don't, right? But he has enough businesses, the other half, he makes bank. I mean, he makes like boodles of money off the 50% that is really doing good.
He's a billionaire, and he's so cool. I like that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. And his philosophies are really solid, and he's a pretty down-to-earth guy. So the 50% that don't make money for him still make money for him. Why? Because he's learned to use those as write-offs. Hey, they didn't make money, that's a cost to him. And so he takes all of his lost monies and rolls them over there, and he's able to leverage that. That's learning the systems. That's learning the business systems. Leverage the things that are working, take the ones that are not working, leverage those as training, as, you know, different traction, different things that you have. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about doing business systems here. Not every single person you talk to is going to get the big picture of, you know what, your life can be different. Your life can be so much different, you won't even understand what it looks like. You can't see it from here. So when I started this less than 2 years ago, I had no idea the changes that were going to take place. I didn't even know that they needed to take place. I didn't know that there was a whole awakening that was going to come with this here, which is part of the training and part of the understanding of what are we doing here? What is the philosophy? Are we just out here to try and peddle some products? Or is there a whole process of understanding and helping other people and paying it forward and you know, helping ourselves become better and learning different things. And look at it, knowledge is everything. When you find the right knowledge, you have the keys, right, to unlock all the doors and all the gates. Every time you get a piece of knowledge, you get a key with it. You don't know where that key's going to fit in yet, right? But you just put it on your key ring. Don't throw it out. And one of these days, you're going to come to a gate and you're going to go, you know what? Maybe that key will fit in that gate. Maybe it'll fit in that lock. And so that's what we do here. And we have, I'm telling you, we have a group of leaders that not only are some of the most dynamic. When you hear different, motivational speakers such as Jim Rohn talk and Worry talk, and so there's a lot of different people, right, that are great orators that can motivate some people and help change them and inspire them. Now here's what we have. We have people that are that caliber of philosophy, able to deliver that message that motivates people and inspires people, and at the same time they have the business elements so where you actually can get traction, you can actually do some things. You can listen to Jim Rohn all day long and get inspired, but Jim Rohn won't tell you the path that you need to get on to change your life. He just inspires you to say, go find your path. We have people in this organization that not only have that ability to deliver that message, but they are not only able, but they are willing to say, come over here and look at what's going on. We'll teach you for free. All you have to do is have some of your time.
Besides that, I'm providing that on my show for our team and for all of Youngevity. Dr. Ariaza has already done the first of a 4-part training on getting a successful meeting off the ground, which is edification. Wait, no, edification is tomorrow morning. He did invitation already is the first one, and edification is the second one. I'll put the links down in the chat box down below down there. You guys can go back and look at that at Victoria Barron's trainings that I've had Dr. Ariaza on 2-3 times. He's now going to be a standing guest speaker on my show the last Wednesday of every month. And talk about knock it out of the park. The guy's put on 24,000 people in 2 years. 24,000. So he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to do this, and he'll teach you the right way. It's right there.
Yeah, see, and he's one of a dozen people, 24 people. And the link between Ariaza and Becky's technology to be able to share this with so many people, this is only just the beginning. I mean, we're just cracking the door on that.
Victoria.
Because so many people have so much to offer in that area and will give it willingly. All we have to do is be able to get tuned in on it. So we're going to go back to basics. We're going to do some of our own training on what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we get started on this stuff. And keep in mind, we're not looking to go out and find people that we can change their philosophy and mindset. What we're trying to do is go out and find the people that already say, look, I want something a little different in my life, and I know it's out there. I just don't know where to find it.
They're looking for us, and we're looking for them. We're just looking for the people looking for a smarter, better way.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's a lot of ways out there, and there's some good ways out there. I happen to be in a group of people who are really making this successful that happen to think that this is the best way. Right now in today's society and in today's economy, and I mean, listen to Kiyosaki. He's on the Eric Worre deal. Listen to Donald Trump. Listen to all kinds of high-powered business people and what they're doing. And they're telling us, they've been telling us for a while, own your own life. Get on your life path, find your own life path, and walk down that life path and enjoy the journey. Because once you start doing that, your whole world opens up, and you got a whole key ring full of keys, and we can just keep dripping knowledge in. And as you keep doing that, those keys will open up gates and doors that you don't even know yet how cool they are. I guarantee it. So that's our message for today is, you know, we're going to get back in the saddle. 2015 is the year of change. A lot of people want it, and I'm telling you, it's here. All the pieces and all the elements. Longevity's got it. The training's there. The people are there. The messages are start coming out. We have technology, cutting-edge technology, that's going to be able to share information on a level that's unseen before.
Yeah.
And those pieces are going to, the people who get it, the people who understand it, it's going to change our world.
And
that's what we're about.
It's out there. There's so many people in need of it. You know, it's just like Avilia was saying this morning. People's income has gone down between 15 and 30%. She said, I think, in the last year or two. And you know, they're dire for this to turn around.
Absolutely. Look, our buying power is going down and down and down. So anybody that doesn't see that, you know, they're living out of mom's fridge because they're not filling their own fridge. Because, you know, you go into the grocery store this week, and then you go in next week, dude, it's like total different. It's like you went to a different planet. I mean, the prices are jumping literally that fast.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, yeah, everything's like that. People are getting pinched. So, but the moral of the story is, the people that don't get what's going on and don't get on this new process, right? They're the ones that are pinched saying, look, at the economy is so bad, I can't hardly make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. The people who are saying there's something different out there, I need to change how I'm doing this. There's a different paradigm going on out in society. I want to be involved with that. They're changing their world, and I guarantee you their economy has never been better. Just choose which side of the fence you want to be on. And once you choose, I'm okay with it. We're okay with it. You know, but we're looking for the people who say there's something better out there, I want something better.
Exactly.
And we're going to start bringing tools to them. I mean, we're going to deliver them right to their lap. So there's no excuses anymore.
Well, and we already have. We already are. So get on board and tune into some of these things that are already going on. And we're just going to keep amping it up. I mean, it's just crazy, crazy potential. The things that are going to happen in 2015 are going to stagger us. Everything's just so, it's like, you know, the bull's pulled back and it's going to fly. I mean, we are just literally that on the verge of just skyrocketing. So, and it's super exciting. It's the coolest stuff happening. So, looking forward to that.
I hear over and over and over again from people who are just now starting to peek into this door and people who have been playing around at the party for a while, going, they are so grateful. They're so appreciative that they have an opportunity of the caliber of this. I mean, of what's going on, what's taking place, you know. There is literally a new paradigm.
Yep.
So, gratitude is the attitude.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. So, anything else?
No, I just think that's fabulous. You know, and I'm real excited to get back to, you know, hitting more solid training with different things. I'm going to put the links down below of the training that is already going on. Oh, and there's Dr. Ariel's right there. Good. So we're gonna just keep pounding away on this stuff, trying to you know, connect our team up with more and more things that are super successful, and that's the whole idea. That's the whole plan here. So we're super stoked on all the things that are happening, and you guys are in the right wheelhouse. So.
Well, as cool as the stuff is with longevity, with the leadership, with the timing in the market, the change, you know, in philosophy and society about what this is and what we're doing, as cool as all those things are, there's a whole nother element of what we've been working on to bring to this very team. different systems, different training, things that we've been putting together for months. That's going to show up right here, and nobody else has it. This is exclusive to this team on this little video right here, and we're gonna bring it forth in our group and what we've got going on, and then we're gonna start sharing it with some other people over the course of time in a year or two from now, and we're gonna do a head start that's gonna absolutely make people's heads spin around right on their shoulders.
Yay!
Yay!
We like the
So,
spinning.
yeah. So keep your eyes, peeled for the next, few weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We have some things coming that are on the horizon, that are in the works, that will be life changing.
Yep.
Hopefully, industry changing. Yeah, that's what we're working on. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Kev. That was awesome, and I'm super stoked. Ready to rock and roll, and thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next Thursday night then. Same time, same channel.
Good deal. Make sure, Beck, you put the link down on the chat bar.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, there'll be a couple
Awesome.
there for you. I got
Oh,
a couple things going, so all good. Peace out.
Okie doke. Well, bye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.